On behalf of the entire UT for Me community, thank you, President Hartzell and Susan Dell, for your time tonight to meet our first class of UT for Me students and for your ongoing commitment helping our students succeed. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much, KJ, and thank you, Susan, for your time and all your incredible support for our UT students. It's my pleasure to be here this evening with everyone, celebrating all of our Dell Scholars and welcoming the first class of UT for Me students to the university. The UT for Me program is powered by the Dell Scholars program. Since 2004, when the Dell Scholars program began, it's supported over 5,000 students to graduation at a rate twice the national average. Those are impressive numbers and huge impact. UT for Me is the latest chapter in the Dell Foundation's storied history of investing in student success across the nation. We're so fortunate that they chose to partner with us and to work closely with our talented UT students to ensure that you and future generations are given every opportunity to thrive and flourish on the 40 acres and in your lives after graduation. Thanks again, Susan, for all you've done. When this partnership began back in January, I was the dean of the business school and you all were in high school. Our world and our lives have changed so much in that short time. You know, I've thought about what you're all going through, graduating from high school, starting college during a pandemic. It has to have created so many unique challenges. For us, many of our classes and our interactions have all moved online. We're dealing with new safety protocols, new stresses, and it feels like just a tremendous amount of uncertainty. But for me, I've seen our community come together. They've pulled together. I know you all too have pulled together and done phenomenally well. I want you to know that we're all in this together and we're going to succeed together. And now in your journey, you will have the added support of the UT for Me program that will last throughout your 4 years here together. Through that program, each and every one of you has access to a personalized support system from mentorship to technology to ensure you have the resources and guidance you need to reach graduation. As a member of the UT community, you also have the support of the entire Longhorn family, which will last throughout your entire life. I know because I'm a proud Texas Ex, and I've seen the strength of this community in action throughout my life. As president of this great university, I know there are many goals and initiatives that can help us reach new heights of excellence and achievement, but nothing is more important to me than the success of our students, of all of you. That's priority number one. In my first few weeks as president, I've become a fan of a saying that an alum said once to me, never bet against Texas. Well, today I want to go even further and say, never bet against the Dell Scholars and UT for Me students. Each of you has overcome obstacles and shown determination and dedication to get accepted to UT and to make it this far. Those traits will carry you through graduation, and UT and the Michael and Susan Dell Foundation are here to help you achieve that goal. With that, it's my pleasure to introduce the co-founder and board chair of the Michael and Susan Dell Foundation, and one of the main reasons we're all here this evening, Susan Dell. Susan, it's all yours.
Thank you, President Hartzell and KJ. I'm thrilled to be here with you today. Both of you embody UT's long-standing commitment to its students, so thank you for the hard work that you do every day. The last time I was invited by UT Austin to speak about UT for Me, powered by Dell Scholars, was in January when things looked a lot different. At the time, as President Hartzell mentioned, he was in a completely different role and you were all in high school, and UT for Me was still a plan in the making. And of course, we imagined we would be spending time together in person. COVID has changed that part for all of us. So to be here today with you, our very first class of UT and Me students is just amazing. You've already achieved so much. You've made it to college, which is a huge feat in itself. You set your mind on this goal, and now here you are at UT Austin. You've made it to October, and though that may sound funny, I mean it. This is all new and different, and there are challenges around every corner. The fact that you have made it through your first month at school is big. You've made it despite COVID, which has had a huge impact on the world. I know it has challenged you in many ways you never imagined. I'm so proud of all of you. We know that a college degree, especially a college degree from UT Austin, will change your life. It will open doors and provide you with opportunities for a better future. Michael and I also know that having a support system can make all the difference in the world. Having someone that you can count on to help you is exactly why we started Dell Scholars 16 years ago. If at any point during your college journey, your grades slip, or you feel like you're not fitting in, or you miss a deadline, I want you to remember, none of these things mean you shouldn't be here. You earned your place here and you belong. These are simply bumps in the road to graduation. Reach out to the UT for Me team. Let them be that shoulder that you can lean on, because with the right support, you can get through all these challenges. And this amazing team will support your success every step of the way. We are so honored to be part of your college experience and can't wait to see what's ahead for you. We have students with us today to talk about their experiences, and we're happy to answer any questions for you too. I'm eager to talk with them, so I'll pass the virtual floor back to President Hartzell to introduce them.
Thanks, Susan. I'm very excited to help introduce the UT for Me students we have with us this evening. Daoud Masih, Layla Penrice, and Cassandra Moreno. Would you all tell us a little about yourselves? Daoud, let's start with you.
Sure. Thank you very much, President. I'm Daoud Masih, and I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I'm majoring in biology toward pre-med track. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cassandra Moreno. I'm majoring in marketing in Macomb School of Business.
Hello, I'm Layla Penrice from Houston, Texas, and I'm majoring in advertising at Moody.
Thank you all to you all for being here tonight. We're really excited to have you represent the UT for Me community. And I know you have some questions for President Hartzell and Susan Dell. Daoud, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
I have a question from Susan. Is there any advice you could give to our freshmen that have started off their first year online?
Well, it's not how you expected to start college, which is hard. You know, first, don't underestimate yourself. You were chosen to be here for a reason. You deserve this opportunity and the opportunities that will come as a result of having a college degree. We all believe in you and are so proud of you for achieving so much already. We know that whatever you choose to do, it will be phenomenal. Next, expect bumps. It's a part of life and it'll happen. When things are going wrong, it's hard to believe that things will work out, but everyone experiences challenges. Those are the times when you will learn the most about yourself and how strong and resilient you are. COVID has challenged all of us in new ways, so realize we're in an unprecedented time and be kind to yourself. And finally, and most importantly, ask for help. In fact, I'll go one step further and say, don't do this alone. We are all so much stronger when we have someone to lean on, to guide and support us. And by the way, it's a real sign of strength to be able to ask for help. KJ and her team are here for you, so reach out.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Cassandra, what about you?
So I have a question for both of you. Was there a challenging time in your career or life that made you think that you were not going to be able to succeed? And if so, how did you overcome it?
Yeah, I'll go first, Susan, and then I'll hand it over to you if that's okay. And
Sure.
It's funny because we didn't rehearse these answers ahead of time, and the answer I have in mind is directly related to what Susan just said. What comes to mind for me, I graduated from UT and went to be a professor in New York, and I was hired with 3 or 4 other people and 2 other people. There were 3 of us hired, and it was me, a guy from Stanford, and a guy from Wharton, and all teaching finance in New York. And I was in the big city after being in Oklahoma and Texas, and felt like I didn't belong. And I wasn't sure if they made a hiring mistake. I kept thinking they got something wrong, and just didn't feel like I fit in. And it was a lot of insecurity. You know, I just wasn't comfortable thinking that I wasn't part of the group in the same way that these people from these other programs that in my mind were more prestigious were. And, you know, for me, a lot of it was just trying to kind of get over it. A little was asking questions, being willing to take some risk, and I would be in a conversation, and I had to be willing to speak up. And it took for me a little bit to get that ball rolling. And then I found out that really I did belong, and they hired me for a reason. And not that I was going to be the best professor they'd ever seen, but I was there for my own reason. And so it just took me a while to get my own confidence and my own legs under me. And a lot of it was finding a few good friends that I could relate to and talk through things with. So that's my story. Susan, you want to go next?
Well, I think I'd have like a million stories and would take up the whole hour, but I will say this just to piggyback what President Hartzell said. I think it's human nature to always kind of underestimate, even maybe undervalue your own abilities. And so I will say, you know, I've felt that way many times where I thought, gosh, do I really belong here in this group, whether it's this job or you know, this group of people that I've been, you know, elected to serve with on a certain committee. And the truth is yes, I belong. I wouldn't have been chosen for that position if I didn't belong. I must have proved myself along the way. So just wanted to mention, you know, you're gonna feel that, not just at school, but you'll feel that down the road in jobs. For me specifically, I think there's been various times in business when I thought I may not reach my goal, or the company may not reach a deadline, be successful, etc. These have always been times when I look for people who can offer support, advice, their skills to help me get over the obstacles so I can keep moving forward. So my best advice would be, I suggest that you always look for people to help you when you face big challenges. You're not expected to have all the answers, but taking risks is the best way that you learn and you move forward.
Thank you. Layla, any questions from you?
Yes, so Jay, you recently became president. Congratulations, and you overcame your challenges when you first became a professor. So now, have you noticed any changes in the UT community after UT for Me was implemented? And how do you think it'll affect UT's trajectory as the #1 school?
Yeah, great. Thank you, Layla. And we have all seen changes, and I think it's still early, and it's the beginning of an exciting journey. But it has been nice to see the impacts we've been having. And many of you are probably aware, but UT has been making a big push to make sure more of our students graduated on time, and we're successful. And this year, for the first time, we crossed over 70%, for which we've been trying to get to for years. And there are at least a couple of big reasons why that's important. One is that it helps students graduate with less debt, with less cost to their families, for them personally, which is great. But the second thing is we can take more students. As more of our students finish the university, we have more spots. And so this year's class, I think, is the second biggest freshman class ever at the university. And it's largely a result of great progress for programs like UT for Me, which have helped us produce students that go out and do great things in the world. The other thing I think is it's helping people understand that we want top talented students, no matter what their background is, to come here, that they belong here, they're welcome here, we'll support them, we'll position them to succeed and go out and change the world. So I think it's hopefully beginning to change attitudes about how people perceive us as the kind of campus where all students who are talented and have the kind of drive that you all do can belong here, can thrive here, and can go off and do wonderful things. So I think it's early, but I'm really excited about the progress already, and look forward to seeing what we can do next together.
Yes, it's so exciting. And Susan, I have a question for you. What inspired you to support UT's students?
Well, Michael and I are committed to ensuring children and young adults like yourselves have opportunity. It's our lifelong mission. And what better opportunity than getting a degree from the University of Texas? We know that a college degree opens up doors to opportunity and gives you options for the future. And the range of things you can pursue opens up tremendously. Partnering with UT Austin, an institution that takes care of its students, felt like a great place for us to put our energy and our resources.
Well, Susan and Jay, thank you so much for your inspiring words. I know they meant a lot to me, and I think they meant a lot to the students as well. But now it's time to turn it around and hear from our student panelists. So we want to offer an opportunity to ask you some questions. Susan, why don't you go ahead and start?
Okay, so this question is two questions, and these are for all of you. So first, this is an unusual and challenging time with COVID, but it's also an incredibly exciting time, your first year of college. So how is your first semester going, and what has been the greatest highlight so far?
It's been very good, even though this time is very challenging, but I believe that all students can grow through this time because what starts here changes the world. So what's more than that?
Great.
My first semester has been going great, actually. I have a lot of great professors and all the material that I'm learning is very exciting. And the highlight is that because I had some credits from my community college for the dual enrollment high school that I went to, I'm able to take junior classes as a freshman and just like growing my connections with like other students that are already more advanced. It's a great opportunity.
That's awesome.
And I'd have to say this semester has been going really well for me. Like Cassandra, my professors are really cool and understanding, and the course content is great. A highlight for me would be actually being able to move down here to Austin, especially with the whole pandemic. Yes, it's been good.
That's so good. That's awesome. So when you think of the words that helped guide you or your own lessons learned, what advice would you share with other UT for Me students?
So my words would be, do not give up, learn from your mistakes, believe in yourself that you can do it, and be determined and have optimism to thrive in the future.
Perfect.
My advice for everyone would be that everyone has ups and downs, and it doesn't matter what you're going through. There are going to be people that are going to be able to help you, and you're not alone in this journey in college. And if anything, you just have like amazing group of people here for UT for Me that are going to be able to help you. And it's just the beginning of college, so let's just get through it.
Great.
And I'd have to say that you belong here, we all belong here. So just go out and be great.
Super.
Great.
Thank you. Well, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask KJ, do I get asked now?
Yes, it's your turn, President Hartzell.
I get a cold call. So I'll start with Daoud. So my own daughter is pre-med, and I understand you're pre-med also. And with COVID-19 and the pandemic, has it changed the way you think about your career, your future career choice, and or influence courses you want to take?
Yeah, this has definitely been a very challenging time because for prerequisites for pre-med are supposed to be like in person because there are like many hands-on experience such as laboratory experiences. But I think this is a very important like challenges for us to for as pre-med students to go through. And this has definitely inspired me to take many science classes so I could focus more on research experiences to just help make some inventions and stuff. Yeah, thank you.
Great, thanks. And Cassandra, when I applied to college, I thought I was going to be an engineer, and I changed to economics. And I understand that in your high school, you changed from criminal justice to marketing. And I know as the former dean of the Macomb School is happy to have you, but that is a huge shift. And talk a bit about your change and what you thought you wanted to do and your influence, what's influenced that change. And then is there anything else so far at UT that maybe has piqued your interest that has you rethinking what you might want to do next?
Yes. So like my high school was dual enrollment, I was able to get an associate's in criminal justice. I came to the US freshman year. I lived in Mexico before that. So I've been here since I was 15. Now I'm 19, so it's been 4 years. And so I wanted to be an FBI agent, and I didn't know a lot of options. So I just went off to criminal justice. But there was this marketing student-led organization in my high school called House Marketing, and I was really excited. My professor, he was so cool, and I just was so invested in marketing and all business related. I was in DECA, the club as well, and just going to state and being in competition with all these amazing students and learning material. I was very excited, and I decided to apply to McCombs because I know they have a lot of great rankings in the US, and like the professors that they have and all that material that I'm going to learn about marketing and stuff like that. And so I've learned a lot of things, and I'm taking actually an advertising class, and I'm thinking of double majoring. So I'm going to stay with marketing for sure, because I'm very interested in it, and I think it's very cool, and I've learned a lot of things. Since I was a senior in high school, I got hired at this digital marketing company. So I was like the youngest one working for them, and that just expanded my passion for marketing, and that's what I want to do as a career. And I believe that McCombs is going to be a great opportunity for me to just keep growing and just like reach all my goals and succeed.
Great, thank you. And Layla, you're not off the hook. I could ask you one too. So you talked about one of the things you enjoyed was getting to come to campus, and coming from Houston, you probably had some idea of what this is going to be like. But maybe you could talk a little bit about how has reality in the age of COVID fit with your expectations? How is it similar? How is it different? And what are you looking forward to in the future in terms of campus life and being here?
Yes, I'm from H-Town. Growing up in Houston, I've always known that UT was #1 in such a big school. That's all I really knew until I got into high school. And now that I'm here, I realized that we're not so flashy about like all the resources and opportunities we have here. So coming to campus, even like via Zoom, we have so many resources and opportunities that it's like insane. Like I didn't even know half of the stuff that UT offered until I actually became a student. And especially coming from Houston, where it's like so diverse, and just like being here and like looking at my classes, it's nice to see different cultures and backgrounds, and it's more diverse than I expected. And then I guess learning during COVID times, it only helped me realize like how many resources that we have here. And I guess for campus life, yes, you asked about campus life. And I guess for the future is like becoming more involved and meeting more people, because campus is just so small with everyone here. And I'm just excited to have everyone come to campus in the future and just learn from more people and become more exposed to all the cultures and cool people we have here on campus. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time tonight. This was such an engaging discussion, and it was so inspiring to hear from each of you about your experiences. Tonight's event has made me, and I'm sure the UT for Me team, more excited about what the future holds for the UT for Me community. So thank you again, Jay and Susan, for taking the time to join us this evening. We are so appreciative of the partnership between the Michael and Susan Dell Foundation and UT Austin, and we appreciate being able to connect with you this evening.
Oh, this has been a pleasure, and thank you, President Hartzell, for taking the time to host all of us today. And thank you, Cassandra and Layla and Daoud, for sharing your experiences with us. It was helpful for me to hear, and I'm guessing several students listening will relate to your experiences. I hope we can do this again so I can hear how you are all doing. And look, every day is an opportunity for all of us to learn. So let's all keep learning. And please don't forget, this program was designed to support you. So please call on the team when you need them. You are not in this alone. See you soon, and hook 'em horns.
Great, thanks, Susan. And thanks everybody for being a part of both tonight's program, but more generally, this outstanding UT for Me powered by Dell Scholars program. I look forward to getting to know all of you, and this may be our first meeting is when I'm in president and you're in your seats, but this won't be our last. We'll have other chances to get together. Hang in there. We've got a few speed bumps this year to get through, but you know, all of our shared futures are bright, especially yours, and we're just thrilled that you're here, part of our community, and we're happy to have you here, and we look forward to supporting you in the years to come. So with that, we know we can continue to learn and succeed together. Take care of yourselves and each other, and hook 'em horns.